Hello, this is Sai Nandan Reddy from om108.com. I am showing you the process using which we do home and land harmonization. So this process is more specific to land harmonization, where we take the Google Maps print of the land and we correct all the negative energies in the land. So before we correct them, we have to identify all the negative spots on the land, and very importantly, we have to identify the most negative spot in the land. And then what we do is, to correct the most negative spot, we have to put this particular device in the land. So this is a device which harmonizes houses and land and everything, which we have developed, and we have designed patents of this particular device. So if you see here, there is a process of finding the negative spots, energy points in the land. So I will first explain you the various negative spots, and then later I will tell you about why these negative spots are created, and then I will tell you what are the benefits of doing this particular process. This is an advanced Vastu method of harmonizing the land. So all the negative energies of the land can be removed using this particular process. So as you see, there are some areas here which I have demarcated and numbered. So this numbering is based on the ranking of the spots based upon its negative energy. So here you could see spots which are ranked from 6 to 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 1. So based upon its negativity, we have not only identified the negative spots but also ranked. So we have also color coded them so that it is easy to identify. So the point is, if we consider this as one block, here we could find areas which are coded 6, 5 and 4. So the fourth one is more negative than the fifth and than the sixth. So you could see the number of negative spots which are very highly negative within this particular block are less. Like for example, number 6 are more, and number 5 is 1, and number 4 is only 1. So as we go into the chain of negativity, we find few spots. Okay. Similarly, if we take this as another area, here we find number 6, number 5, 3, and here you find number 2. So in this particular thing, number 3 is on the top of negativity spots. And here if we see in this particular block, we have number 2 and number 1. So the meaning is, number 1 is the most negative spot in this entire land. This land is in Hyderabad and it is 2,400 square yards. So it's quite a big land. So what we do is, to identify the negative spots in the land, if the land is huge, it is difficult to go there and do the survey. And the land may not be compatible for walking and everything, to check the energy using our tools. So what we do is, we do the checkup on the map first, and then take the map along with the client to the site to identify these spots. Especially we have to identify the spot number 1, because at this spot we have to place this device and then recheck after placing the device, all the other points are harmonized. So it is rechecking. So first we have to identify the number one point, which is most negative. Within this particular area also, we have to find out exactly where to place this device. And then accordingly, after placing here, we check the entire property finally and check whether all the points are harmonized and all the negative energies are corrected. And then depending upon the requirement at this site, we may have to increase the number of devices which we need to correct. So in this way, we can correct the site. So when I say correct the site, I'm talking about correcting the negative energy areas of the site. So why should we do this harmonization? So basically, if we know the reasons for these negative energy spots, we can understand the reason why we have to correct the land or harmonize the land. So if we consider the land as a human body, within the body we have prana, which is flowing through the body through the nadis or meridians, and there are also chakras within the body. Similarly, there are nadis on the earth also through which the prana flows. But due to certain reasons, which I will be explaining to you, this prana is blocked within the nadis. Prana is the positive energy which flows through the human body or through the land. Okay, so when these blocks exist within the nadis or meridians, the prana will not flow properly, and that will cause issues. Those who live in the land or those who own the property may face some issues. It could be some litigations, it could be health, or it could be some relationship or financial issues. That is because of the blockage of the natural flow of the prana. So it's just like our body, human organs, where if the prana doesn't flow properly through an organ, the organ will become ill. So what we have to do is just clear off the negative energy spots. It could be either organ or the land. So identification of these negative spots is important. And the reason for these negative spots are multiple. One of the reason is geopathic stress. That could be due to Hartman, Curry and Benker grids. These are electromagnetic lines which are created due to the Earth's core. And these lines are all over the Earth. But these are negative lines, and wherever they crisscross, they create these negative points. And the other reason for these negative spots is also due to the underground earth water veins. So there are underground veins or certain fractures within the earth through which the water seeps into the underground water table. So negative energy also comes out from these spots, from these cracks. So that is one of the reasons for this, for these areas, these negative spots to exist. The other reason could be due to the topological structure of the land. The land may not be always flat, it may be up and down. And also due to the construction nearby. Now this is a road and there is vehicular movement. So the vehicular movement also contributes to the negative energy. So in Vastu too, we have all kinds of methods to harmonize or identify the negative energies. But we do not have equipment to accurately identify all of these negative spots in general Vastu. So here what you're seeing is advanced Vastu, where all the factors which relate to negative energy creation or spots on the land are identified, and only after identifying the most negative spot, the devices are placed here, and that will result into the harmonization of the entire property. So this way of identifying the negative spots on the land is very effective, so that we can go to the site exactly to the spot and then do our survey here in this area, and then directly place our devices and correct the entire land. And this is one of the very scientific method. There is cross-checking also here, so there is no scope of going wrong. So as you can see, there is hierarchy of negative spots. So there is a scientific methodology to identify these hierarchically. So I'm Sai Nandan Reddy from ohm108.com. So we do land harmonization, home harmonization, and advanced Vastu corrections. You can reach me out at 747 0000 108. Thank you.